So there's some new gossip coming out about the bullying that staff had to put up with at the hands of Meghan and Harry. And I am just appalled. How can she try to say that there was no bullying? We have heard way too many accounts of abuse by the two of them, both separately and also when they're together. With everything that has happened over the past few days, it really is the perfect time to put titles in abeyance. And I don't think you have to be a genius to figure that out. There are way too many employees who left all of a sudden right after Meghan got there. I'm talking about long-standing, dedicated, loyal members of staff who had been with the Cambridges from the very start. All of a sudden, they start leaving in fast succession, the only charge being the arrival of Meghan. It's really not complicated to understand why. So let's look at the reasons for departure. A senior communications secretary acting as a liaison for Meghan's family, anybody having to put up with that, had the most difficult job in the world. And honestly, I don't even know how she stayed as long as she did. A private secretary said when she took up the role that it would just be a temporary placement. And then there was a nanny who was fired for an incident involving archofficial. Now, supposedly, this nanny was trying to breastfeed him like she was some kind of wet nurse, but the sources are not very good, so I'm not convinced. And then another nanny was let go shortly after that thanks to paranoia in Meghan and Harry that was caused by the actions of the first. And then they hired a third nanny only for the duration of the African tour. A security officer that left the force, not only the role of security officer, but the force altogether, did it for personal reasons. And then a PA was let go for gross misconduct. Now, Knopf left after his good friend was fired for gross misconduct, but not before filing a complaint against Meghan. A few staff, who, as we have already said, have been with the Cambridges from the very start, were on loan to the Sussexes, and they went back to the Cambridges when Meghan and Harry left. There is somebody who is very close to Sam Cohen who has spoken out, and apparently some of the abuse and bullying that she got from Meghan was very anti-Semitic. We've already heard many reports that Meghan is racist and discriminatory, so I believe it. It was one of the big factors in the bullying complaint, actually, that was being filed, because Sam was attacked over and over again and abused by Meghan, and one of the big reasons why the late Queen called Meghan wicked and evil was this. So Samantha Cohen was from Radcliffe, and her father was a British fighter pilot from World War II. He eventually became a widow, and later on he remarried Kay. She was a Wren from World War II. And after he passed away, Kay was responsible for the family. And I know somebody who was actually really good friends with Kay at one point. And I hate to think that poor Samantha was treated so horribly by Meghan Markle. Her stepmother since then, of course, has passed away. And I just hope that poor Sam is doing all right now. Nobody in the royal family, or their staff for that matter, had ever experienced or seen anything like Meghan, and Charles especially was really upset, but Harry just kind of brushed it all off. He found it kind of funny, and from what I've heard, he felt like Sam was making a whole big deal out of nothing and that she was trying to go after Meghan for some reason. And this was a big factor in the separation between William and Catherine and Harry and Meghan. Apparently, Sam even suffers from PTSD from all this mess, and she ended up working within the Queen's green canopy until she left not too long ago. It's no shock that the bully is anti-Semitic, and it's no surprise that Harry, Mr. I'm gonna wear a Nazi uniform to a costume party, found it funny. They are a couple of nasty individuals. No wonder his family was distancing themselves from them. I'm guessing some of the Harkle fans are also going to brush this off. It's the wrong kind of bigotry, of course. They only care about racism against Meghan Markle. And I'm guessing that many are of a similar mindset. I'm thinking about Whoopi Goldberg first. It is awful that it looks like Meghan Markle just got away with all that, and there she is waltzing around using a British royal title to make money for herself. Why in the world was she invited to the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee and the funeral too, and supposedly she was also invited to the coronation? I am just appalled that this nasty woman still has any connection whatsoever to the UK. Now, some people are saying that bullying and attacked are just these generalized terms that are being tossed around with no real facts or details to support it, that the claims don't have any validity. So far, it would just be a generalized accusation with no real substance. One important thing to remember is that Meghan and Harry love to file lawsuits. They have not filed any lawsuits over the abuse or the bullying allegations, and that to me is proof in and of itself. If it were not true, they already would have started litigation, you just know it. There are just so many victims, and the stuff they went through is unimaginable. If I were Meghan and somebody accused me of that level of bullying in such a public way, and globally too, and it was not true, I would be demanding that those results be released. But she hasn't done that. That tells us a lot. I think that's all the substance that we really need right there. If Meghan knows that she really is innocent, then why does she not insist that the results are released? And she has not. I hope nobody out there claims that she has, because she hasn't. She just bluffs because she knows good and well the royal family is not as openly offensive and horrible as she is. Meghan Markle did grow up around successful women and women in general who make up 50% of the population, but obviously she is a misogynist. She hates women. She only hangs around with women who she believes she can use. See, Meghan Markle cannot stand to think that there's somebody who is better than her. So if she comes across a woman in a powerful position, she's going to target that poor woman, and she's going to be the victim of some really vile, vicious attacks. Meghan Markle claims she's a feminist, but she's not. She does not support women like that in any way. She does the opposite. She does her best to try to bring them down. And now white men she loves because she sees them as walking ATMs. Anybody who she believes she can get away with demeaning or bullying, well, that's exactly what she does. Meghan's already been dropped by everybody who can see her for what she is, a snake in the grass. And being kept at arm's length by people she's obsessed with sends her into overdrive. She's like an overflowing kettle filled with greed and jealousy and venom. And of course, it doesn't actually help her. It doesn't actually get her anywhere in life. Meghan has plummeted below gutter level at this point. She went after them from the safety of the UK, and then she went on to attack the British and the royal family from the safety of America and Canada. Meghan is a drifter, and she has her eyes on a jackpot that she will never be able to win. The royal family offered her the world platform that she claimed she wanted so badly, and all kinds of material wealth too, but she decided to burn it all to the ground. Meghan has shown us time and time again that she simply does not understand most of what she claims to care about, which was one of a few reasons that people find it so difficult to believe that she actually graduated from Northwestern. Northwestern is a very good university. It seems like Meghan just loves to hear herself talk, and it would also help explain all the plagiarism that she's famous for. It's horrible the stuff that she does, especially coming from somebody who claims to be this racial minority and is always going on and on about how racist everybody else is. Anti-Semitism is the oldest form of racism. And if Meghan has really been a victim of racism herself, which I don't believe, she should be the very last person to try to hurt other people in this way. She truly is a despicable person. What do you think about Meghan's accusations of bullying staff? Let us know your thoughts below in the comments section. We hope you have found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back to see you in the next videos. Bye bye now.